Welcome to The Blind. It's season 2, episode 9, and we have got the man of the hour here with us. We may just call him the man of the month
I
because
don't know about that.
he's got a pretty big month coming up. We're going to dive into all of that stuff here in a minute, but Dylan Farrell's with us from Shin Gear. Cam, let's hit that intro and let's start the show. Well, as we mentioned a second ago, our man Dylan Farrell from Shin Gear is with us. He is the marketing director. Got a big title up there, and man, a pretty big month for y'all going on up there at Shin, right?
Yeah, a lot going on in October for sure. Film festival is an absolute beast of an event coming up, so all hands are on deck there. Big month for sure.
Well, and it's not just a big month for you, but apparently it is a big night. If you can hear at home, every now and then we can hear some music in the background, and they are throwing a party at Shin
Is
right
that what was
now.
going on? I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, a little
He,
after hours party
I
here
heard a little
tonight.
Laney Wilson back there.
Yeah, a little watermelon moonshine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Lainey Wilson, well, we're gonna have her man on here with us. I think it's next week. I'll have to check the
Heck yeah.
calendar, but we got our man Devlin going to come on here and shout with us. But tonight is all about Shin and all about my man Dylan. So Dylan, start from I guess your beginning for people that don't know you. I mean, I've known you for a little while, but just not real well. I don't know about your background or where you're from and stuff like that.
Yep,
So why don't you just give everybody kind of where you're from and where you grew up?
for sure. So I'm actually not from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Kansas City area, Kansas City, Missouri, Central Missouri, to be specific, kind of Grain Valley. Um, and so, I grew up playing a lot of sports and stuff, and that ultimately took me to college, Central Missouri, and always grew up hunting and seeing a lot of cool stuff, and that's kind of what led to the camera side of things. Um, it was my sophomore year of college. I kind of picked up a camera, had a credible field duck hunt that afterwards I was like, man, I wish I could relive that. It's just mondo wads and mallards, and um, that kind of sparked my interest for a camera. Pick, bought it was a mini DV, Sony XH-A1 or something. I mean, huge camera. It had the mini DVs that I had to put in the computer and play back to get the footage off of, and so I kind of started there, and man, it just kind of piqued my interest, and I started to figure out cameras and just learning from experience, honestly. And when something wasn't good, if a picture wasn't clear or it was grainy, I would just YouTube it, and I'd start figuring out how to basically do these things just by YouTube. And that led to one thing to another. I started upgrading cameras, and eventually I got in with Drake Waterfowl and did some stuff for them. And then Spence Halford actually reached out to me from that. And that's really what led into my career now. Spence reached out to me, wanted me to come down to Arkansas. I've never been down here before. And I actually missed some finals in college because of that trip.
Hmm.
And I played baseball, so I was in sport management. That was kind of my degree, and I was like, "Look, guys, got a pretty big opportunity to come down and do some filming and stuff." And man, luckily my professors were super cool about it, and they let me off. And I had to make up my finals afterwards and stuff like that. But uh, I ended up coming down to Arkansas and doing some filming for Spence.
And for people
Ended
that
up,
don't know Spence, Spence is the owner of Rolling Thunder Game
yep,
Calls, right?
yep. So that was, he was kind of figuring out how to do some media for Rolling Thunder, and you know, I came down to kind of try that for him basically, and I ended up making a video about him, his son Trip, and his dad, and it kind of went viral and stuff like that. And So that kind of that, I guess, moment probably right there is what I would say was probably my biggest moment was that trip with him and doing it for pay. And so after that, basically Spencer's like, "Hey, you want to come down and move to Memphis?" And I was like, "Holy crap!" I mean, I guess I didn't know nothing about Memphis or anything, and he said he had a house for me, and didn't even see the house. Ended up moving down. I mean, it was kind of a weird deal, honestly. Just felt right, and moved down here. And man, it really escalated after that. We did the short films with Rolling Thunder. I did the very first one for him, and then we did. I think it was like 40 total after that over in a year, and yeah, I ended up meeting my wife down here and at his clinic, and then 4 years of kind of doing his, and then I started kind of freelancing, kind of doing my own thing, and I ended up meeting Jeff Farmer, which owns White Oak Duckwoods, and
Yeah.
is a owner at Shin through Spence, and kind of doing some work with him, just become friends, and so that eventually led to kind of where I'm at today, and Shin ended up needing kind of a video guy and stuff like that, and it led to a lot more eventually, but.
So is Spence salty that Shin stole his guy?
No, we had a
Let's
conversation about it
let's
all,
air
and
out the laundry right here. By the way, shout out to Rolling Thunder podcast.
yeah. No, we
Hey,
had a good conversation. It was good for everyone.
well, hey, you rolled through that span really quickly, and it doesn't sound like those things happened all that quick. So from the time you picked up a camera to you got to Drake, how long did it take you to make that transition?
So when I first picked up my camera to really, I guess where I'm at now, I mean, I would say a total of 8 years. When I first come down to Memphis, it's been about 6 years now. So, um, yeah, I would say about eight total.
You sounds like you got a way of meeting the right people. Talking about Spence and Jeff Farmer at White Oaks, man. You just went straight to the top.
I've been blessed. I've been
Yeah.
blessed for sure, man. I've met a lot of really good people doing what I do, and man, I mean that's what it's about in this industry. I think is about who you meet and the handshakes that you shake. So
We keep meeting people like Field Norris, and it gets us nowhere. And we're not meeting the right people, Garrett.
I know that's right.
No, that's completely a joke. Completely a joke.
yeah,
That's my man Field. We love him.
we,
That's our
we love
guy.
you, Field.
But but so I mean, photography and videography, I guess, is what kind of got you into that. Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that it would take you where you are today?
Absolutely not. I mean, no. I picked it up as a hobby. I mean, honestly, that's what I really just wanted to capture some stuff and be able to watch it back, and had no idea it would lead to where I'm at right now. So.
So the commercials and stuff that we have and that y'all run on social media and stuff. Did you make all of those? Do you put all of it together, or do you just do the videoing part?
I do a lot of it. Now we're to a point where I'm working with some outside guys a lot, and there are some other guys helping out now. And I don't know what exact videos. Some of them are all me. Some of them are parts of me. Some of them are completely other people. So,
Yeah. Well, man,
but
I know.
that's
Go
like I
ahead.
said, that's what I love to do, is kind of film and put something together. So
Well, man, y'all put out some really good stuff, and even the stuff that you did with Rolling Thunder, and that's a pretty cool story. Garrett and I we're trying to meet the right person, I guess. We just we are going to meet somebody next week. We're going to meet Tim Tebow. I don't think it's going to take us anywhere, but we're
We
going to
may
get to
need
meet
to
him.
get
you
him
never
on.
know.
Let's
Yeah,
invite him on.
You
yeah. Let's see
never
if we can
know.
get him on here. Maybe
Yeah.
even get him down for a hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him in some shin gear. Boy, I think that would probably be big time, wouldn't it?
Oh, Tim Tebow and some Shingy. I'd love to see that.
We're gonna have to get him some special shirts made for those big old guns.
That's right. That's
But
right. Jeff
well,
Jones can do it. He
oh, I
can
bet
do
he
whatever.
can. I
Yeah.
bet he can. We appreciate Jeff. He came on back. He may have been our first episode
He
of the
was.
second season. 8 episodes ago, he came on with us, and we really enjoyed talking with him. Didn't know that we had as much in common with him as far as him growing up down here around where we live at now, and hunting some of the same places that we hunt. And so it was pretty cool having him on. So let's talk a little bit about Jeff and the other guys there at Shin. How is it working with those guys? Because I know some of them have some past experience, like Jeff, in the outdoor industry, and some of
Yep.
them don't. So
Yep.
how does that kind of mesh around there? How is it working with those different guys?
Man, it's a good group of guys. I mean, everyone, owners to other employees to everyone here. It's definitely a good group of people. We all get along. You say Jeff has some. He's been in the industry longer and has done other things, but one thing that everybody's kind of got in common is we're all duck hunters. So
Yeah.
we're all true. I mean, we're all hunting majority of the season. So when you get that many people in one place, that's what I feel like makes us pretty successful. Is we all get it, we all understand. Duck hunting, we live it. So it's a cool place to work at for sure. I find myself, not wanting to go anywhere, not wanting to miss work and go on trips to film and stuff like that, just because of the atmosphere, that's here. So.
Yeah.
Now, you were one of the first ones that was hired that was a non-owner. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, one of the few. I think Morgan may have been the very first one, and then I think it was maybe Carter and then me, something like that. So
But you've been there from the beginning, right?
yeah, pretty much.
From day one, or they hire you kind of after?
Not like full time, but I shot content and stuff before the launch and all that, so I was a part of it, just not full time until I guess about 6 months after launch, something like that. Is that
Yeah.
next January?
So tell us a little bit about, from being on the inside, a brand new waterfowl gear company, a new wader
Yeah,
company, a new brand that's coming out there. No one's ever seen this brand before. Brand new.
yeah,
I mean, how does it feel coming in on the front end of that, and kind of, I know, seeing where you've gone now. I mean, it's a success story, but
yeah.
take us back to when you first started, when it was just on the ground. I mean, nothing has really happened yet. How was the atmosphere around there, and what was y'all's kind of mindset back when it very first started?
Yeah, honestly, I would say the mindset's about the same. I mean, it hasn't changed. We always strive to be authentic, and that's kind of who we are. I mean, everything we do, if you look at it, is somehow one way or another, it's going to be authentic and real. And from the get go, it was small. I mean, obviously, it
Hmm.
was just a few of us, and I mean, honestly, I feel like that's about the only thing that's changed is the amount of employees that we have now, and that's growing very fast, and will continue to grow fast to keep up. But um, yeah, I mean, it's been exciting from the get go. It's cool to watch it grow. How fast it has, and it's exciting. So
Well,
So
and
I had a question about whenever y'all first started talking about the wader and developing it, and you got the product, you're all the way there. One of the things, then this goes to you for marketing. I don't know how involved. I'm sure you were very involved in this, but one of the things that it really struck me was how good y'all did at building anticipation. So I feel like I was always seeing it on Facebook, and y'all had this forum, and y'all were posting in and telling people, "Here it comes. We're doing this and this," and people was like, "We're waiting on the edge of our seats by the time it gets here, waiting on it to drop."
it was
How
it
how
was
intentional was that?
it was Y2K all over again.
Yeah,
You're
basically.
waiting till that day, to see
Yeah.
what
yeah,
happens.
no, I mean, it is intentional, but I mean, I think people just are expecting really good stuff at this point, and so the hype kind of builds itself. I mean, from my side of things, obviously we try to hype stuff up as much as we can, just because we feel confident about what it is, and we're excited about it. It's new, and we really feel like it's a good product. So of course, we're trying to hype it up and show people that that really is a good product. And then I think there's just the other side of it, that I think there's a lot of interest on, from the customer side of things, and they do a good job doing it as well. So
Well, and you kind of hit on it back a minute ago about, it being authentic. And, when we come up there, hey, where's Jeff at? And he's back there sweating and he's back in the back. Now, I don't know if he was just putting on a show for us that day or if it, no, but I mean,
nice.
it, you guys are all in there doing it, and you can tell that the products are put out by duck hunters. And I'm not going to throw any other brands out there just to save face from somebody getting upset with us. I mean, we don't care, but getting upset with Shin that we were on here bashing another brand. But their owners aren't out boxing up stuff to ship out, and they're not involved in it saying, okay, we're out in the woods, we're duck hunting, how can we make this product better, how can we make a this and this and that. I mean, they've got developers that do all that, but I mean, it's it's coming from the horse's mouth with you guys. I mean, from
And
the owners.
we use the words hype a few times, but it's not hype. Y'all are exactly what you say you are.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we're going to show more of that. I mean, we've realized that's what people really like is not just the employees but the owners being out in the field. So I think you'll start seeing a lot more of that. And no, that's definitely a big factor in my mind that I think is why we're so successful.
Well, Garrett and I, we keep waiting on, to get gear to test out before, to field test it before it comes out.
I think you may have one of everything.
Field keeps blaming it on you and Carter. He says, man, they've got their guys that test, and stuff. And I'm like,
yeah,
come on, Field, just hook us up, man. He keeps blaming it on you and Carter.
Just put the blame on us, huh? Put the blame on us. No, I saw your Canada pictures. You got like one of everything.
Hey, well, I mean, it is what it is. My wife likes Target. I like Shin.
That's right. Speaking of Canada, y'all had a good trip, huh?
We did have a good trip.
He had a good trip.
Poor Garrett didn't get to go, so his wife
his phone must have been broken.
Well, no, he paid for a trip. I mean, he paid for his spot, but they just had a new baby, and so he sold.
Yeah, I got a 2-month-old, so I had to let that go. There'll be a trip next year, so.
I got you.
I told him it wasn't like he was missing the birth. I mean, come on, man. So, but no, he did the right thing, being a good dad. But look, I want to talk some more Canada here in a minute. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back. We got to show some love to our sponsors. Shin Gear being one of our main sponsors of the show, so we always want to show some love. But I know you guys have either been or you are going to Canada, and so we want to dive off into that a little bit. And before we go to commercial break, I told my boy Jeremiah I'd give a plug to him. If you could see it over at the co-op.
There it is. I
Pretty
saw
cool
that
place.
Got on here.
We're going to do a live show from the co-op here soon. We're going to go. We're going to get in there. So maybe the Shin guys can come down and be a part of that as well when we do.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
it
is.
Awesome.
And so we're going to bring you a live show from there here within the next month or so. So, so be looking for that. But look, let's take a short commercial break, show some love to our sponsors. We'll be right back with more from Dylan Farrell.
Well, that'll fire you up, won't it?
Oh man, did you make that?
I did make that.
That's
one,
fire,
yeah.
man. I love. Now look, I love the whole thing, but my favorite shot was, and we could finally ask him because we've been wondering, what'd you use to get that water shot with that dog?
Yeah, just an underwater housing. Basically goes around the camera, and you gotta.
That's a pretty good shot.
You gotta dunk your hands in about 35-degree water.
It wasn't a GoPro. That's what we try to use for stuff.
Yeah, no, it's way better quality than a GoPro.
Yeah. It's either that or this is a little tip. This is a little tip, but
he's giving away secrets.
A fish tank, put the camera in there and do it like that too. But it's definitely a lot easier with that underwater house.
He's letting us in on some of the secrets from. You don't have to use a fish tank. Just get Jeff and Field and them to just buy you a housing. I mean, they got it.
They ain't cheap. About $5,000.
I know it.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you're just now joining us, we've got Dylan Farrell, the marketing director for Shin Gear, here with us, and we've already talked a little bit about his past, how he started in the outdoor industry with his photography and videography stuff, and kind of got into marketing for Shin. And so let's go ahead and jump into some of the Shin stuff. So, of course, your headquarters in Memphis, people can come up during the week, y'all's open hours, try on gear, check it out, try on waders. I'm sure that's kind of grown over the last year. How is that day in and day out? Are y'all getting more foot traffic up there now?
It is incredible in the store. Just when we think we kind of have enough room, we need about twice as what we need.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the shop here started off as, I don't even know what size it was, 10 by 20 little room, and
Yeah.
and then we ended up blowing it all out and opening it up to I don't know what it is, 1,200 square foot showroom or something like that. And so now we're talking about getting the rest of the kind of this building that we're in, and making the showroom twice as big as what it is now, just because of all the foot traffic that we get. So
Well, I'm not going to name any names because I already have, and I don't want to put them on blast over and over and over. But you could knock out some of those offices there, because I don't think there's a few of them don't get used very often. But
yeah,
you,
no,
you could,
at this point, man, we got 2 people in offices, and it's we need as much room as we can get at this point. So
well, that means that you're growing, and that means things are
yeah,
good. So,
that's right.
but
That's right.
let's talk about a few products. I mean, we're not gonna get too much in depth about them, but we want to know what is Dylan's favorite product. If you could pick one, and whether it be the waiter or one of the vet, what is your favorite product? Let's talk about it.
I would say my favorite, at this point, is probably the Primaloft jacket. I think that's a really cool piece. You can wear it in a lot of different temperatures, when it's warmer outside all the way down to when it's colder outside. It's packable. You throw it in your bag when it gets hotter or whatever. It's just a good all around jacket. So, besides the waiter, I
Yeah.
think that's the
Yeah, I was
best
about to
one.
say it's hard not to pick the
Well,
waiter, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can go against that.
Well, and I was gonna say your favorite other than the waiter.
The waiter's just
If
kind
you
of
if you pick the waiter, I mean it's a no brainer.
it's kind of there, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's
Brian's
obvious.
favorite is a waiter in every color.
I don't have the brown,
Another brown.
but I may next year. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a matter of time.
I've
Might have a new solid color that
I
you like too.
well I hope so. I didn't get the brown intentionally. I've got the shadow, the black or
I got
gray
you.
or whatever
Mhm.
they are. I still can't figure out exactly what they are. It depends on what light you got shining on it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've got those, and then I got the new tree stand this year. So
Tree
I'm
stand's my favorite too.
That
Oh,
tree
man.
stand is hot
Yeah.
Garrett was all about the brown.
at
I'd been
first.
I'd been hearing for months when y'all put out that the brown was coming. I'm getting the brown. I'm getting the brown. I'm getting the brown. And then we got up there, and I got my tree stand, and Garrett saw how good I looked in them, and he
No,
was
that's
like,
not the
he
truth.
was like,
That's
man,
not the
he
truth.
was
That
like,
is
man,
not true.
if I can look half that good in a pair, I got to get me some.
Give it a tree
So,
stand.
yep.
That's
No, I
right.
just kept looking at the tree stand online, and the more I looked at it, the more it kept growing on me. And I finally was
Yep.
like, okay, it's tree stand now.
Yeah,
Yep. I thought bottomland was when you get out in the woods, just from a camo's perspective or whatever, but you get bottomland out there, it looks great. But once I got tree stand out there, it kind of blows it out of the water, honestly. I mean, it is a good pattern to blend
yeah.
in with.
I mean,
And it looks
bottomland.
cool.
I mean, it's
It's the old
it's
tried
the
and
OG.
true.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
never going to go away. It's always going to
Nope.
be. But man, that tree stand's pretty hot. And speaking of the brown waders, my uncle, who got to go on the trip to Canada with us, the day we got back from Canada, he ordered him a pair of brown. He actually sent Garrett and I a picture today. I'd show it on here, but he'd probably be embarrassed. He was standing in front of the mirror and took
There
a
you go.
picture of
I was
himself.
I was just about to show that. I
I
guess
think
I
we
will.
need to
I
see
guess
it.
I
I think we
will.
need to see it.
I got to go to
Yeah,
Thanksgiving with him, so
I'll cut his head off. So there he is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Look
I'll
at
do
him.
him. I'll keep his face out of it.
But yeah, he was really impressed with the stuff that I had up there, which it was the first time that I got to wear the bibs. It was I'm trying to think of what else, the Primaloft vest, wore it up there, or is that what y'all are calling it? What's the vest called?
Yeah, Primaloft
Okay,
vest. Yep.
so wore it a lot up there, and I didn't. You Dylan said I had one of everything. I did not. I did not have the merino wool until this year. I didn't wear it last year. I stuck with my tried and true, the old thermals that I've had forever. But I did end up getting some this year and wore them in Canada and absolutely loved
Tell these boys to turn this music down.
them.
They throwing a party
They
back
get
there.
fired up.
That's all right. That's all right. But so, of course, you probably can't tell us specifically. But speaking of products, what if you can hint around, what's some things maybe coming down the line for Shin? And I don't get yourself in trouble and don't make us get in trouble. But I mean, is there anything that you can let out of the bag? Like I said, not
Oh,
specifics, nothing specific.
yeah, I don't know if I can. There is one particular thing that I'm super excited for, but unfortunately, I just can't say
That's
it
okay.
yet.
That's okay. We try with
You,
everybody.
yeah, you get me in January,
Yeah.
let me tell you. I'll tell you.
If we could just get Jeff to make me some polo shirts.
Yeah,
I want some. I mean, I know you don't want to get too far down the casual line of things. I mean,
yeah.
that's not what you guys do. But I need some polo shirts to wear in the summertime.
Hey, I golf.
Yeah,
Golf a
that's
lot.
right.
A lot of duck hunters golf.
That's
So
right. That's right. I, I,
uh,
I wear my
love a
visor
good
all the
polo.
time. I need
Yeah.
me a polo to go with it. So
You do have a visor?
yeah, yeah. I've got
Yeah.
a brown visor. Yeah. The first time we came up there, I had told Field, I said, "Man, y'all need to make a visor," and he
Yeah.
kind of hinted that y'all had some. When I came up there, he said, "Here you go. We made this just for you." And I said, "You're lying." He said, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
am lying, but here you go."
We've had a lot of people, Eric Reinhardt with Daybreak. I don't know if you watch their videos, but
Yeah,
uh, he wore a visor on one of his, and man, we had so many, calls. Hey, how do I get this visor?
yeah.
They are online if you can find them. I'll say
Okay,
that.
okay.
So they're
Um,
there.
well, let's talk a little bit about some of the new products that you've come out with. That's not clothing. I know you got the bag on there now, and I actually ordered one of the gun cases. I never used it in Canada, but I ordered it to go because I didn't know what to expect if I was going to need it or not. But
Yeah.
I got one of the gun sleeves. So let's talk about those two products, kind of how they came about, and not too much in detail about them, but just the overview of them.
When Jeff was
Yeah.
on the first episode, he hinted at something waxed. So we were speculating, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? We were wrong the whole time.
I was wrong. I
Yeah.
thought it was
Yeah.
he wears that boonie hat all the time,
Oh yeah.
and I thought Shin's putting out a
Jones
boonie hat.
hat.
Hundred
Jones
percent,
hat.
the Jones hat. I was 100% bought in that Shin was putting one out, and I was wrong. At least for
Right
this
now,
product.
maybe
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
right
yeah,
now, it might be
yeah,
coming. No, the timber bag was basically the underground, item before. So that's kind of what underground is. Shin underground. Um, we kind of give them, or those two products or three products, whatever we do each year, is kind of a testing product. So
hmm
underground gets them. Now they're built really good, but we want feedback on those items because eventually they're going to come to the public. So they may be a little different. They're going to be changes because of all the feedback we get out of underground. And so the timber bag, you know, Jeff loves his wax. So uh, it's a good little bag. But that's how that one came, is through underground, and then we released it to the public. Um,
I need
and
y'all
then
to
the
put that
gun.
wax jacket out in a brown. Is what I really need.
Yeah, yeah, that would be nice. A lot of requests on that. A lot of requests.
But you know
Uh,
what? Shin is a company of the people, so I
uh,
wouldn't be
you
surprised if we
ask
see one.
enough, you ask enough, it's gonna come.
That's
I
right. That's
promise.
right.
So, but no, and then the gun sleeve, not much to say about it except for it's simple. That's
Yeah.
one thing that you know the products you're gonna see out of Shin is they're simple, but they work.
Yeah.
There's not stuff on there that's going to break. They do its job. What's a gun case supposed to do? I mean, it's supposed to keep it, not scratched and whatnot. And so the reason that we didn't do a big, you know, bulky case is so that you can fold it up and you get to the hole, put it in your backpack, and it's not, sitting sideways on the tree or hanging on there. And so there's there's a reason for everything. I'll say that any little thing on each product is there's a reason for it. And it's because we're out in the woods. I mean, honestly,
So Dylan, we've got a couple comments over here, and
oh
we've got
gosh.
somebody that wants to know what your handicap is since you mentioned golfing.
Oh man, I'm not gonna say my handicap. Um, I'm just gonna say I like to golf. Okay,
That's
I can
right.
hit the ball real hard. I need a little practice.
He didn't
I need
say straight. He just said real hard.
okay, that's exactly right. Sometimes it'll go straight, sometimes it don't. But
That's right.
You don't want to golf with us because it ain't no better.
We don't hit it far or straight.
We quit golfing. It got so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I've got money to buy Shin stuff because I don't have to spend it on golf anymore.
that's right. That's right. Who
But
was that? Who asked my handicap?
let's see. Is that Brady
Brady,
Lefevre? Is it Lefevre? Is that how you say it?
That's that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good deal. Let's see. Sean Robinson does 100 handicap count.
oh, don't miss his other comment, Brian. His other comment said Brian
Uh,
always needing that extra stuff.
I'm not reading all the comments, Gary.
Yeah.
But look, let's take another short break real quick. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about Shin Underground. We're going to hit on this month, the film festival coming up. And then we're just going to talk a little bit about duck hunting. So let's take a short
Canada.
break in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fired up.
let's take a short break, and we'll be right back with more from Dylan Farrell from Shin Gear. My man Sean Robinson from Ira Salsa giving us a good old time over there in the comment section. So if you don't know what Ira Salsa,
The boys bringing me food.
Yeah, buddy. Right with you. Right with you.
hey, it's like a baseball game, when somebody's doing an interview and they're all behind him putting on a show. Yeah,
Yeah.
just have them come through with costumes on. So
Sorry about
never a
that.
dull moment at the Shin
Yeah.
shop.
That's right.
But we're back with Dylan Farrell from Shin Gear, the marketing director, the marketing guru, I guess we should call you, because you really do a really good job, man.
Would say that. Appreciate it, but
But well, I mean, before we get off into some of this other stuff, how does it feel when you see your stuff out there with Shin? Because it's good stuff, but of course, like Garrett and I, we criticize this show probably more than anybody. Um, do you criticize your stuff pretty hard, or are you like, man, wow, I really put out some good stuff? You don't have
man,
to be humble. You tell the truth on here.
I'm probably my worst. I mean, I criticize it so much. I put something out, I'll find something wrong with it immediately. That's probably one of the things I don't like about myself is because I critique my work so much. I look back at my Rolling Thunder film and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing here?
If you're not critiquing yourself, though, you're not getting better. So
That's
it's a
right.
good
Right.
trait. It's a good
And
trait.
I love criticism. I've never been one to be like, mad when somebody critiques my work or anything. It only makes it better.
So somebody commented as well that they would give you $2,500 for your Halford cut olt.
That's probably Dawson, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, Dawson. There it is, popped up on the screen there. He
Yeah,
didn't throw
there it
that
is.
number out, but I'm trying to help my man out. I figured it'd take at least 25 to get it out of you.
It'd take a lot. And honestly, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
It's not for
That's a
sale.
good one. No, that one ain't for sale. That's a good one. That one will be on the lanyard for sure.
Have you had that kind of that moment yet where you have seen your stuff out for Shein or even back with Rolling Thunder where you kind of sat back and you were like, I mean, I know you critiqued it, but you were like, man, not really, man, I've made it, but I mean, like, you're like, man, my stuff's being shown for a really popular, hot outdoor industry brand, and you kind of sat back and just kind of had that wow factor yet?
Honestly, no. I mean, I don't feel like I have. it's probably because I'm always critiquing my work. I mean, I'm always wanting to be better, and I, I can't think of a moment where I have done that. I just kind of focused on the future and stuff like that, and uh, I don't know, kind of look back, I guess.
Well, we do. We not with our stuff, but
You're
with your
right.
stuff, we're like, man,
Thanks.
that Shin commercial, man, that thing was hot. And then another one will come out, and we're like, man, that was even
Dang.
hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but look, let's talk about the Shin Underground. I mean, that's something that you guys started, and for people that may be listening that don't know about it, kind of tell what it is first, and then we'll kind of go a little further on it.
Yeah. So that kind of started, I guess, we wanted to connect with customers a little more, and we try to think of an idea, and that's kind of what came about is getting a core group of people that hopefully are a bunch of duck hunters, and giving them products, letting them give us feedback, and because I mean that's how the best products are going to get made is the more people that use something and give us feedback, the better something's going to be. The bigger your test team is, and so that's really why and how it came to be is Shin Underground. But yeah, it's we didn't expect it to be as popular as that. We set that number of 500 memberships, and we're like, man, we if half the people join in this thing, like this is gonna be awesome, And 4 or 5 days later, 500 memberships are taken, and we're like, gosh, dang. So it's been very successful for us, and just really cool to see. We we have a underground page basically, and you get guys checking in, and they'll post their number and their bag. We've seen anywhere from traveling with that timber bag to there was one picture on there, a guy had his baby in it, newborn baby, at the hospital, and took a picture of it. And so it's a really cool group of guys, and I've had a ton of requests, how people can join. So we are gonna kind of up that number this year, from 500 to 1,000. So we're gonna let more people join in and stuff like that. So
Yeah. And so the underground, when you were telling us before we came live that that for previous members from last year, it's time that they can go ahead and renew their membership or not, and they've
yep,
got until when before it opens up to the public.
yep. So we opened that today, and those old, not old, the current members now can
The
renew. They can,
OG
yep, the
members.
OG. That's right. That's right. The OG 500. They can renew their membership and actually keep the same number that they had. Um,
That's a
so
good
they
shirt
have
idea. I want him to
what?
trademark it. Get a underground shirt. OG 500.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
that
so
would be good.
I want him to take credit for it.
Put your little signature down there at
That's
the
right.
bottom.
That's right. I'll
Yeah.
sign it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they have till November 1st basically to renew and let us know if they want to keep that number, and then we'll open it up on Black Friday to however many are left, and then plus the 500. So
Who
very
has
cool.
number one? Did you sell that one,
Uh,
or did
yeah.
somebody keep it?
No, no. I mean, we didn't keep any. We kept like the sample one.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we all bought. If you wanted in, you had to buy it, and I don't know who got number one, but it was just a normal customer. I mean, we sold them how people bought them. So
So
Huh.
how many products do people get in underground? I know you said the bag. Did they, I mean, is it like a monthly thing that they get to try something different, or how does that work?
it's a yearly kind of membership. I would say there's two main items, two hard items. Last year was the timber bag and the leather duck strap, and then
Yeah.
we did the coffee table book, and so everyone got that coffee table book as well. And then there was some other things like 48-hour early buy access that they
Yeah.
had access to buy. There was a chance to be drawn for the white oaks hunt, and then I'm not sure what I think that may have been it. There was just some emails and stuff like that they got, but that was kind of the core of it. So.
But for what you charge for it, I mean, for somebody that's going to buy this stuff anyways, it's a pretty good value because I mean,
Yep.
you get your money's worth plus some.
Yeah, no, I would say you definitely got your money's worth. The
And
timber
then
bag was $350 value. That's what
yeah,
it cost
yeah,
last year.
Right.
and then the early access, if there's something that's coming out and you really want it, I mean,
Yep.
you get to hop on there first and get early access and stuff. So that makes it
Yeah,
worth it.
duck calls are a hot commodity these days. The customs and all that. So a lot of duck calls. I mean, a bunch of them sold before they even went live to the public. So yeah, there was definitely some benefits to that. And think there will be some benefits this year for sure.
There's a duck call that I'm looking for.
What's that?
I'm not going to say it on here because I don't know if it's come out or not. I'm not going to be
Oh
the one to
yeah.
get in trouble. I don't know, but I know there's one that's made from
Is
somebody
it?
that has the shin on the side of it.
Yeah, and it's black. Maybe it's kind
It
of
is,
gray engraved.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure it's a gray, yeah, but it is
An old
black.
DR85. Does that sound familiar?
It is. It
Yeah,
Yep,
is.
that's it.
yeah.
Have y'all sold that one yet?
Not yet, but
Okay,
we
okay.
will.
Well, I
Yeah,
didn't want to be the one to put that out there, but
yeah.
it
The old OG, the OG.
it is, man. I've actually got. Um, if Rod watches this, we love Rod, but I'm not going to say this because somebody will end up messaging him and wanting to make one. But he made me a duck call. I asked him for something that he doesn't make, and so he made me one, and it's pretty cool. I'm the only one that has one. I feel really special about it.
I got you.
I mean, it's not
No,
anything just real special, but I feel special.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's all that matters. As long
That's
as you
all
feel
that
good.
right. As
That's
long
right.
as Brian feels good, we're good.
But yeah, I want one of those DR85 so bad. So whenever they
Here we
come
go.
out, it's
Yeah.
have to get one. But
You get Carter or Byron back there to cut down on one a little bit.
we need
Sound
to
pretty
get we
good.
need to get
Yeah,
Garrett
all
up there
right,
to cut
all
down
right.
on one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to
Yeah.
show anybody up. Uh-uh.
You did
Yeah.
talk about that party that they're having up there right now. That's when we need to
They're
get
probably back
Garrett
there
to.
cutting duck calls right now. Who
That's when we
knows
need to
what they're
get
doing?
Garrett up there to blow on it when the
I'll
music's
stand
real
on the
loud.
stage. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I'll get on the stage.
Well, look, Garrett, that's perfect timing. Speaking of stages, let's talk about the big stage coming up this month,
Yeah.
the film festival. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, giant. That turned into kind of snowball effect. Honestly, we went from renting out like a little movie theater to dang having this thing as a big old amphitheater, and
Yeah,
it's a venue that can hold 7,500 people. So it's got some size to it, and yeah, it's going to be really cool. There's going to be college football playing on the big screens during the day. There'll be some live music going on. Sean Stimley's gonna play a full set, kind of full band, and then we actually go into acoustic set with Jacob Davis, Jordan Davis' brother, and Jordan won't be there, but Jacob Davis and two other singer songwriters will be up there playing acoustic sets, and so that'll be really cool. And then the VIP tables, they get served dinner, be alcohol in that area and all that. So it's going to be a good time. We're going to run into the films and play 6 really cool, different films. They're not your ordinary, kind of hunting video. They have some story to them, and they're in depth, and they're really cool. And in between those films, we'll do some live auction items. So some never had a chance at some of these items. There's going to be a white oaks hunt for 6 people. That's never been an opportunity before. So there's another hunt, North Delta.
yeah.
There's a dog, fully trained dog. There's a lot of cool stuff that'll be auctioned off. So
Garrett needs that dog.
I already got a good dog.
yeah, Adam Campbell
Just-
trained it, and it's a stud, I hear. So it's actually it's bred from Gus, which is Jeff Farmer's dog,
Yeah.
and then Jeff Jones's dog. So
Well,
it's a pup out of
Adam,
that litter.
Man, I hear nothing but good things about Adam. We're going to have him on later on in season 2. He seems like a really good guy. Don't know him real well, but have spoken to him a few times, and I follow him on social media, and he seems like he's really got it going on. And he may be the only person that I've ever brought his name up, and every single person just raves about how great of a person he is. Like he's just
You
a great
can't.
guy.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing bad to say about Adam. We're actually doing a little piece on him,
Good.
a little video, so kind of show his story a little bit, and I'm excited for that one. So
Hey, are you able to tell us any of the filmmakers or who's making the films or anything like that?
yeah,
Who's entered in that?
so Brandon Martin from Daybreak's doing one. I've
Shout
got
out,
one.
shout out, Daybreak.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
That's
had
a
him on
that's
two episodes ago.
that's our
yep.
buddy, man. Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon's good people.
He's got a really cool one with Dr. Cohen and the West Tennessee Mallard Project.
Okay.
And that one's really cool. I've got one going. Let's see, Nathaniel Maddox is doing one. Let's see, we've got Nathaniel Maddox, mine, Daybreak. We've got Austin's doing one with Inclusive Productions. His is really cool. It's shot more like a movie. It's definitely not your typical film. We've got one Zach Kennedy's doing. He's out of Arkansas. He's doing one on Rex Hancock and his
Okay.
kind of story. So, and then there's one on Two Green Berets. So they're all kind of different in their own way. They're
Yeah.
shot different, and that's what I kind of wanted. I wanted all of them to be different. I want to see what people like. That's really
Yeah.
what I was going for this first year, is to see what kind of films people were interested and like the most. So
Who's going to judge that?
the people. So everybody there votes on the best one. There's a $10,000 cash prize on the line
wow.
for all these guys. Yeah. So basically, everybody after watching them will vote and text a number.
Are you allowed to win?
I'm not going to win. No. So
Well, look, I mean, I know you're not taking requests for this thing, but I am going to put one request out there.
all
If
right.
y'all coach, if y'all are going to show college football that day, please, if we come, do not
Don't.
show the Arkansas game.
Hopefully it's
Garrett- Me and Garrett are pretty big Arkansas fans, and we're so disappointed right now. Just don't
Yeah.
show the Arkansas game.
It's
I'm gonna
rough
guess
times
it's
right
not
now.
The game. I'm gonna guess it's not the prime time game. So
Yeah, we'd have to watch it at 8 o'clock in the morning if we wanted to
Yeah.
see it. But
yeah.
yeah, if
Now,
y'all
hopefully it's the Alabama Tennessee game. That's kind of what we're hoping for. So,
okay.
but we'll play whatever's kind of the prime time game there at 2:30.
Awesome. So, people that want to come or are interested in the film festival, where can they find tickets? What are the prices? Or if they don't want to buy a ticket, there's other ways to come. I mean, tell us all about getting in.
Yeah, so there's a VIP section. There's basically two ways that you can come to it. First one is free. It's free entry. Basically, you bring your lawn chair, blanket, you kind of sit in the lawn and watch it like a drive-in movie or something, And the other way you can come is we're selling VIP tables, so they're right up front, front of the stage, and it's a table for 8, and it comes with a shin waiter. It comes with dinner for 8 people, and it comes with free drinks basically for everybody as well. There'll be some other table gifts, on the table as well. That's kind of the main things that table comes with. They're $2,500 for that. You can go to shindeer.com, and there's a film festival page, and kind of all the information is right
Y'all
there.
still got plenty of those left?
Yeah, we've sold a lot though. I mean,
You gonna buy one,
know.
Garrett?
Think about it. Not by myself.
yeah,
But if you don't have a group of 8, y'all have opened up some individual tickets, right?
that's right. Yeah, so we had a lot of requests, like we said earlier. Enough people asked, we're going to give it to them. So a lot of people didn't have a group of 8 that could come, and so we opened up individual VIP seats. The only thing it doesn't come with is the waiter. Comes with everything else: free drinks, food, table gifts on there. They're $250 a piece. So
Are y'all trying to start a fight? Because you put 8 guys at a table with one pair of waiters and a bunch of alcohol. Like,
I'd say the person
What
that
are you trying to
buys the
do?
table probably gets the pair of waiters.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
they
thought-
won't even be at the table, so whoever buys them probably ain't going to talk about it.
that's right.
Hey, it doesn't take much to start a fight. I mean, just go to Little Rock to the Delta Expo, and surely you can find enough trouble to get in there.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
we won't
Yeah,
get on
yeah.
that any more than that. But speaking of the Delta Expo in Little Rock,
Yep.
man, we had a great time up there, and man, you guys were killing it. You guys were killing it. I'm sure you were worn out. I brought you a pizza. Did you get any of the pizza?
I don't even remember, honestly. I probably did, but
So I went across the street because I didn't want to eat a hot dog at the convention
yeah.
center, and I got like 8 pizzas. And I came back over, and it was way too much for us to eat. So I took a pizza or 2 over and ran into to Carter right when I was walking up, and he was like, "Oh
Nice.
man, that looks great." And I was like, "Dude, they're hot. Take them." He was like,
Yeah.
"Really?" I said, "Oh yeah,
Carter
take
ain't
them,
gonna
take them."
turn down no food either.
Yeah, he took them, man, and so I don't know where they went from there, but he took them.
Yeah, I think I got a couple pieces actually. I think I remember
But
right. That was kind of a blur. Them shows, man, NWTF and Delta is absolute chaos, and there's a lot of people that come through there, and it's like it's a good show for sure.
yeah, man, y'all's booth was
My feet hurt a little
busy.
bit after,
It's busy time for y'all because man,
Yeah.
it was packed the whole time. It
Yeah.
was packed the whole time.
No, there's really no off time at those things. They just
But that's a
It's-
I
good
remember
thing.
year one walking around over there, and I was like, "Dang man, look back there at Shin Gear. It's like bees swarming around that place. Just crazy."
yeah.
All I thought it was dollar signs swarming around. I was
Yeah,
like, man, look at all the money they're making, you
Yeah.
know.
It's
But
a good show for sure.
no, man, that was awesome. So of course we love to see the success from y'all. So we love to see them swarming around. So, but
Yeah.
look, let's
Appreciate
take
the support.
let's take one more break before we finish up, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk some duck hunting with you. So, Cam, let's take one last break, and we'll come back for our final segment here with Dylan Farrell.
Look at these guys in here.
Yeah, welcome. Tell them to come around and get in the camera when we can see them.
Get up in here.
There's a party going on around
We're
here.
rolling down our cut down champion right here.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
him!
Byron,
Look
it's
at him!
Byron
The
Womack.
What's up, guys?
So, Byron,
old duck calling champion there. Well,
We
we heard.
setup. I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, he can't.
He
hear
can't
anything.
hear us,
He
yeah.
too much-
Tell him to get back to work.
Get back to work. He said.
Yeah. It's like Oliver Anthony said.
Tell him don't sing it. They'll cancel us on here.
Yeah.
But look, man, we're back having some fun with the guys from Shin, and man, we should have put more boxes up there and got some other guys involved. But we wanted the man himself first, so if it makes you feel better.
I ain't the man. I'm definitely not the man. Small part over here.
I hear you. I mean, you're more than a small part, but we appreciate you being so humble. But look, we're back with Dylan Farrell from Shin Gear. He is their marketing director and videographer, photographer, a little bit of everything. I mean, what do you call it when you edit all those videos? Are you over there on the ones and twos like a DJ, or I mean, you just
Basically,
You
yeah.
go-
I'm just typing away. I got my shortcuts and all that over here, but yeah, videographer works, editor.
you ought to put on a 1-day class for editing and doing stuff like that because we really could use it.
one day won't help us though. We need like a 1-year class.
If we need to join the video underground and see
There
if
you go.
Dylan
One
can
day
teach
we'd be
us.
just dangerous enough to sink a camera in the water or something.
We'd
Yeah.
have
We
a-
forgot our housing.
We'd have a fish tank out there trying to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
right.
well, look, let's talk some duck hunting, man. I know that you guys stay busy, but probably one of the perks of getting to work for Shin is that you get to hunt quite a bit. So,
Don't say that. You know.
well, you guys get to hunt, so
Yeah,
it may
yeah.
not be quite a bit, but I mean, do you get to really go and hunt now that you're in your position, or most of the time do you have a camera in your hand instead of a gun?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time I've got a camera when I go. So I'm trying to get that next cool picture or that next cool shot. And, you know, I've always believed that, video is such a good marketing tool. And especially now, it just seems to get bigger and bigger. You know, you can't hunt in video. You can hunt and take some
Yeah.
pictures. You guys can do that, and I think that's why there's a lot of photographers, in the hunting industry, is because it is easy to go and shoot and take some pictures during the during the hunt. You can't do that with video, and so
Yeah.
you either have to be all in or not. And so most of the time when I'm going, I'll get a few days. The Canada trip actually is one that I feel like hunt probably a little bit more. It's
Yeah.
just because that's my favorite trip of the year. It's a different world up there, and I just enjoy it. So I kind of treat that as more of a fun hunt. I'm still obviously capturing stuff up there, but that's one that I'll hunt quite a bit on. So.
Have you made that trip this year yet?
No, so usually I like to go middle of October, towards the end of October, but with the film festival, it's just too much going on, and so I'm actually leaving. Film Fest is Saturday. I'll leave Monday. So
Where are you going, or who you going with?
we just go up and freelance.
Okay.
So yeah, I drive up, pull a trailer. It's going to be me, Devlin, Dawson Leak, and then my buddy Carson that'll drive up, and we pull a trailer up and do the whole thing. So
That's awesome.
we leave the 23rd and be up there come back like November 5th.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
there for a little bit.
We went with Cole and Thomas up
Yep.
there, and we had a great time. I told him I was going to give him a big shout out for,
If you weren't, I was gonna.
man, those guys are awesome, and
Yeah.
and man, we really had a good time. I guess since Garrett's twisting my arm, I'm going to have to go back next year because he didn't get to go this year. So
Yeah, we got to go.
I guess I'm going to have to go. So if you want to go next year and come up and get some footage, I mean, you go up there with us if you want to. We're not going to freelance though.
Yeah.
we got to know where we're going.
That's right. I'm actually going up with Thomas this year as well. So I'll go up for that freelance trip, and then I go back with him. We're doing a little story up there, and I'll go up November 28th, something like that.
I thought he told me that you were coming sometime, but I couldn't remember, so I didn't want to throw that out there and be wrong about it. But
yeah, no, I'm gonna come up. It's just gonna be a small group of us, and we're gonna shoot some cool stuff coming next year. So.
Yeah, that's sweet. Good deal. Well,
Yeah.
so do you enjoy having? I mean, I guess let me rephrase it. What's your favorite duck to shoot? Not with a gun, with a camera. I mean, is there one over the other that you enjoy more? That maybe it always hits the camera just right, and you're like, man, that's the
say
shot.
mallard. I'll be lying. Yeah.
What's your
mallard
number
for
two?
sure.
What's your number two duck?
A mallard hen.
Yeah, mallard hen. A
Yeah,
goose.
yeah, that's. Did you see the picture of the goose that we put up? We shot something. We're not sure what.
Oh
what
yeah,
it was.
the
It was,
funky one.
yeah, it had
Mom
a.
goose.
Yeah, well, that's what we, whether it
Yeah.
was some kind of mixed breed or or a farm goose or whatever, but
Hybrid
it was
yeah.
pretty cool. Mixed breed. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's the right word to say, but
Yeah.
hybrid. But yeah, it was pretty cool because when we shot it, we didn't have a clue what it was. So we were like,
Did y'all know it before? Usually them ones like that
No,
they got a weird honk. They kind of sound like a farm goose, but
no, it came in with some Canadians, and I mean, and it was, we shot it early in the morning, so it wasn't like it really stuck out.
Yeah.
That you could see it real well, but man, we
Yeah, it
shot
was
that
cool.
thing, and we were like, man, we don't know if it's a speck or a Canadian. We don't know what it is. And of course, you got us Arkansas guys up there.
Yeah.
We ain't ever shot a Canadian goose before. We were like, we don't know what the hell these things are, anyways.
yeah, you're just shooting. You're
Yeah,
just killing.
You tell us when.
Yeah.
So, but no, man, if you're looking for a hunt, as long as you don't get the time we want to book, you need to get with
Yeah.
Old Dog and get you a hunt. Anybody listening out there that wants a good time in Canada. And after I went on this trip, I told Garrett as soon as I got home, I said, it doesn't matter if people have a lot of money or a little money, and it's something they can do every year or once in a lifetime. if you're an avid duck hunter, I think everyone needs to go see Canada. I mean, it's just it's the start of all of it. It's the motherland for our mallards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's man, it was an amazing experience. Really was.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like that's why I said, that's my favorite trip of the year. Is
Yeah.
a different world up there, and it's a good way to kick off kind of the year and get it going. So
So I was going to ask you what's your favorite landscape to kill ducks in, but I guess it's Canada dry fields, huh? Would you
well,
choose
that's a
the
different
timber of
question.
Arkansas?
That's a different
Yeah,
question. I'm gonna say it's the timber,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
ain't quite like that,
as
but
as
it's
much
hard to
as
beat big wads and mallards in the field too. So
man, it was amazing. I mean, it really was amazing. You didn't have to get wet. I mean,
yeah,
it was, which we don't get wet. We got our shin waders keep us dry,
yeah. Done
but
early.
it
Y'all done
oh
early?
man,
Yeah.
oh it was great.
Back of the house.
It
Yeah.
was great. Eating breakfast, Miss
Yeah.
Mary cooking breakfast for
Yeah.
us, and but I have to say, there's still just something magical about the timber. I just don't think it can be beat. If what I just went and did last week can't beat it, I don't think
It
it can be
can't be
beat.
beat.
I don't think
Yeah.
it can be beat. But
No, that's right.
well, look, hey, before we get off here with you, I know you got plenty of stuff to do. You might want to go out there and drink a beer with the guys and hang out for a little while, but
I drink a beer right here.
already getting started. But what do people that may not know about Shin the way that Garrett and I do? What would you tell them if there's somebody that's either, hey, I don't know a lot about Shin, or I'm on the fence that I want to maybe switch over and try their gear out? What from the inside, what kind of words do you have for them?
Uh, I would say, two things. Kind of already touched on it, but I would say the biggest thing with us compared to others is kind of our customer service and the people inside the brand, how much each person cares about what they do, and you know, fixing issues if there is an issue. Give us a chance to fix it. So we don't have very many, luckily, but if there is something, we're going to go out of our way to make it right. And um, honestly, I think that's one of the biggest things is, especially if you're here in the South. We're in Memphis, and you can come here, see us face to face, and pretty much call us whenever. Honestly, I got people all the time that hit up my personal Facebook page and ask questions, and happy to answer them. So I think it's just the people. That's what I would say is the biggest difference in who we are as a brand compared to some others.
Well, and Garrett and I, we say it all the time on the podcast, whether it's somebody's first time listening tonight or you listen to every episode, you probably hear us say this every single episode that we've ever done. But I mean, that's exactly how we tell people about the brand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it's not just saying that. Like if you go to one of the expos, or you come up there to the shop, or see somebody on a podcast somewhere. I mean, everybody is genuine and they enjoy what they're doing. They're not just doing a job to get a paycheck. I mean, whether it's like you said, all the other people that work there, not just you and Carter and the owners, but Morgan and Jesse and
Top to bottom.
I mean, everybody, and they're always you could tell they believe in the brand, and
Yep.
and it's very authentic. And
I feel like it's hard sometimes to explain to people just how good it is. Like I have somebody ask, "Well, why should I buy those waders over another wader?" And I'm like, "Man, the people behind this product, the customer service. Like if you have an issue, they're there. And until you experience it, it's just hard to let people know just how top notch you guys are."
Yep. Yep. And besides, obviously the products are good, but that is, I'm gonna say that 100% of
That's
the
the
time.
differentiating factor.
well, and it's what's difficult. And Dylan, I know you do. You see it all on social media, and I do too. And I don't ever respond back because I'm gonna stick my foot in my mouth. But because I believe in the brand so much. But it's not because Shin's a sponsor of our show. I mean, we came to y'all because we wanted y'all to be a sponsor, because we believed in the brand.
Yep.
We wanted y'all to be a part of this because we wanted to be a part of what you guys are doing, because we believe in it so much. And you go back to the products. I mean, everybody's going to compare this jacket to this jacket and this brand to this brand. And, I mean, there are probably other things out there that are better than this and not of this, but y'all's products that y'all are putting out are top notch for what they are. And, if you take it and compare it to something else, that may be oranges to apples. But, I mean, it's the service, of course, we could say that over and over and over, but the products are right up there with the service. I mean,
That's right. That's right.
and people say, I mean, well, I'll just throw this out there, like Bandit. Okay, I'm not hating on them at all, but I had a bunch of pairs of Bandit. Well, hell, I've had a bunch of pairs of Shin too. Surely I would have run into a problem as many pairs as I've had, and I haven't. So I mean, it's something that we not only talk about, but we can vouch for it because we're using it and we have, and so.
That's one thing I'm proud to say about the waiter, and this is God's honest truth. Like, we don't get many back. I mean, that waiter is truly built very well. I mean, it just, there's not many issues with it, and that's one thing I can say. And I see a lot of people like, well, what's going to happen in a few years when they're so busy, and they get more waiters in and waiters back. Like, man, we don't get them back. Like, I mean, I don't know what number it is that we get back, but it ain't many. I can tell you that. And usually the ones that we get back are people poking holes in them and, just self-inflicted stuff. But it's just normal stuff.
Brian and I, we both bought a pair as soon as they dropped. And my goal, I've still got my first pair. Brian's been through so many, he don't know what he's had.
I have not. I have not.
My
I'm on
goal
my
is
fourth
to
pair.
see how many years I can make it with my first pair.
Yeah.
So hopefully 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road, I can still say I still have them. They're still wearing them. I hope.
Yep. We
I'm
got
putting them to
people
the test.
from the first buyers, of the olive drab ones that are running strong with those and no issue still. So.
Well, and you got those people out there with, well, what if down the road this and down the road that. Well, I mean, hell, it's kind of like buying a car. I mean, if you go buy a car and you're worried about what you're going to do at 50,000 miles, I mean, you might as well not buy one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you just gotta buy one and hope that you got a good warranty on it, and Shin does.
But it's just like a car, like you just said. You also got to take care of it. I mean, you can't trash a car and expect it to last a while. I mean,
That's
something's
right.
going to eventually break down. So if you take care of the waiter, it's going to last you. I promise.
Yeah. Well, we're happy with it, and we're a big fan, and we push it to anybody and everybody that'll listen to us, and so. But if you want to find out more about Shin Gear, go over to shingear.com. You can check out all of their new stuff and some things that they've had out previously. And you better get your orders in today. They get it out. That's another thing. Not just your customer service if people have a problem, but just ordering stuff. Man, you order something and it's in and out. I mean, the order comes in and those guys are getting it out. I mean,
Faster than Amazon.
oh yeah, you don't even have to be a Prime member.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right. If we're caught up, man, stuff's going out the same day. I mean, we're turning out a bunch
And
of
I mean,
orders every
even
day.
if you guys aren't caught up, even if it takes a day or two or three, I mean, it's still quicker than you're going to get it from anywhere else. I mean, it's top notch. So we can't speak on that enough.
The guys back in the warehouse, they do a good job and they bust their ass and get it out the door quick. So.
Well, look, man, we appreciate you taking time out of your day. I hear those guys in there hollering for you. They are pumped up and ready for you to come in there and join them, whatever they're doing.
Shout out to the guys in the back.
That's right. Shout out to the shop dogs back there.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
But man, we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us about all this stuff. Hopefully somebody listening caught something new and maybe there was somebody out there that was on the fence about diving off into the Shin world, and maybe they'll jump online and order some stuff. And so if you have any questions, I mean, you can always call up there to the shop and talk with Dylan or Morgan or whoever. Somebody can answer your question, and if they don't know, they're going to find out and get back with you. So top notch products and top notch people. So man, we will see you in less than a month. We will see you at the film festival.
Yep.
I wish you
It's
well on your film.
What is it? 15th. So
Yeah, we ain't
16
got
days.
16 days.
16
yeah.
days, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming
So
quick. I better talk that over with my wife real quick.
Yeah.
maybe
You're
she's
getting down
watching.
to that 2-week deadline. You got to let
That's
her
That's
know.
right. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well, everybody go follow Dylan
Cool.
on social media. I know he's got Facebook and Instagram. Where else you at?
That's it. That's
Facebook
it.
and
That's
Instagram.
it. That's all
Facebook
I
and
got.
that's all you need. That's all you need. Go follow
Yeah.
him. Follow Shin Gear so you can stay up on all of the hottest news coming from them, and you'll hear more about them throughout season 2 here on the Blind. So, Dylan, we appreciate you, buddy, and we'll see you next week with episode 10. Hopefully, if he shows up, our man Dylan Hodges is going to be here with us.
Devlin
Hodges.
Devlin. I'm trying to mix y'all's names up.
Yeah.
Devlin Hodges is going to be here with us, and we're going to chat with him, and I'm sure Shin's going to come up somewhere on that as well. So
Cool.
for everybody
Well,
here at The Blind, we will see you next week. We're out.
Enjoyed it, Dylan.
Yep. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
See you later.
Quack, quack.